I just want to welcome you all to the FIRC, and of course welcome our very special guest, Lieutenant Governor Garcia. Our mission here at the FIRC is really to promote stable families. When we think about early childhood literacy, we're thinking about the family as a unit and how families can really support their children in making sure that they start school ready to learn. We've been around for 20 years now. We were one of the Family Resource Centers that was originally created with state funding. And since then, we've really tried to be as responsive to the community as we can be in terms of what the community needs. So we run 2 thrift stores, which funds about 40% of our programming. It's our largest funding stream. And then we have 3 main programming areas. The first is our early childhood home visitation program. We visit about 150 to 200 kiddos once or twice a month and help parents understand what skills they can do with their kids to help them learn. Our second program we call community support. That's a family development program. So we do a lot of work with families around goal setting, where they hope to be in 6 months, a year, 5 years, helping them with their budgets, helping them connect them to resources. And then our third program is our school-age parenting program. And so a few years ago, our board sort of woke up to the reality that kids don't stop being kids at 5 and parents don't stop being parents at 5. And so we created a program that really helps parents engage with their kiddos and also engage with their school districts. So we're going to try and give you a little taste today of all of that programming. There are a couple of our board members here that I just want to thank. Commissioner Davidson, over there, yes, you know Thomas very well.
Yes.
And Joel Rivera, who's the principal of the middle school.
Yes. How are you? Heard good things about you.
Principal of the year. And Principal of the Year. That's right.
You know, we've done these tours now for the last several years, and it really is an effort to just raise awareness about the importance of supporting children and families really from birth on. We know that here in Colorado we have a very well-educated population, but if you begin to break it down by demographic groups, people in lower income, people who are English language learners, people who speak a different language at home, you know, we don't have the same educational success. We know we can get there, but we need to be very focused on it. And one of the things that I've just been so impressed about in Summit County is you have a very diverse population, more diverse than I think a lot of people in the Front Range realize. And there's a great deal of focus on making sure that all kids here can be successful. And it's not just a function of what happens in the school building. It's largely a function of what happens before those kids ever get there. And so working with parents to make sure they understand that reading at home is important, that talking to their kids in whatever language is important, and that collaborating with teachers and schools will really make a difference if we want kids to be successful. So seeing this resource center where you're focused not just on educational needs, but all the needs that a family may have that might impair a child's ability to be a successful learner, that's critically important. So I'm just really excited to be here, excited to be a part of this, and really anxious to learn more, meet more parents, meet more kids, and meet more of your staff.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So we're going to move into our classroom and start with a bilingual story hour.
Okay.
And then we will move into our kitchen and show you a demonstration of a program called Exploring Food Together. And then we'll go into our classroom and talk about Conexiones.
Great.
Sound good? Okay.
Welcome to Bilingual Story Time. Today we have a special guest, and he's going to read a book to us along with his friend. So first we're going to sing our welcome song. Buenos días, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias, ¿y usted? Good morning, how are you? Very well, thank you, and you.
Thank you, all right. It's good to see all of you here. I'm Joe, and this is Antonio. And we're going to read a book, and we're going to read both the Spanish book and the English book, and we're just going to take turns on each page. And the book is called How Did Dinosaurs Get Well Soon? And we have books that we want to leave for the kids in both English and Spanish. It's up to them which they'd like to have. But we just really want to get around the state and provide books to as many kids as we can, because we think it's so important for kids to have books in the home and parents who will read to them. So, thank you.
This is the Exploring Food Together class. There's 6-week classes that we run in all the pre-K and preschool centers here in Summit County, really introducing kids to fruits and vegetables, as well as some healthy food. So we do usually read a book, and then we do a fun activity, and the kids get to try some different foods. So today we're actually going to be putting our baker's hats on, and we are going to be making some banana bread.
So I started about 4 years ago. When I first visited, I wasn't aware of the great diversity that this county had. I had no clue. But what I did notice is with our first generation immigrants that were coming to the county, there was a definite knowledge gap in how to be successful in the American school system. We weren't reaching the community like we should be as a school district. And so I had heard about FIRC at the time, and this was before I joined as a board member. And I said, you know, it would be great if we had a program that targeted the middle school age and high school age students. And so that's where I kind of made my mark in there on the board. And then from the home visits, once I saw, okay, I kind of understand what the families need in terms of learning, we created the program called Conexiones. So when I first started this program, the year before I got to Summit Middle School, we had about 1,400 office referrals where actually kids were being sent out of class into the office. Our graduation rate for Latinos at the time was 47%. Graduation rate. And I talked about those things with parents because a lot of the kids that were getting in trouble were Latino. And it wasn't that those kids were bad. It wasn't that the parents didn't care about education. It's that as a school district, we weren't doing our job to show how to be successful. And so we started doing that. I mean, after 5 years, our referrals went down from 1,400. Last year we had 150, less than one a day, if that many. Our graduation rate for our Latino demographic went from 47% to last year 84% graduation rate.
Lieutenant Governor Garcia, it's been such a pleasure to have you up here in Summit County. Tell us a little bit about the purpose of this week and what you just saw here at FIRC.
Well, the purpose of the week is to both raise awareness around the state about the importance of early literacy, but then to help educate us, those of us who spend most of our time in Denver, about the great things that are going on around the state, what communities are doing, how innovative they're being, and how successful they are.
That's terrific. You were just talking to some of our parents about their experiences with the school district and with the Family Intercultural Resource Center. What are some of your parting thoughts?
Well, first, when we reach out to families and say we want you to participate and we're going to help make it possible for you to do that, then they jump at the opportunity and they want to see their kids be successful. So I think the outreach is so key.
I would agree. We've had great fun with our home visitation program and Conexiones. Where are you headed next?
We're headed to Granby next, and then we'll be heading to Fort Collins, and then I go back to Alamosa, and then we're going to be doing some urban schools in the Denver area at the beginning of next week.
That's terrific. I'm glad Summit School District is your favorite, though, right?
Summit's pretty impressive, I have to admit. Yes, it's been great. Yeah.
Thank you very much.